Well, good morning, good afternoon, and whatever time zone it is across the country. This is once again Dr. Cortez Sims, and I just thought I'd leave another Thursday thought. I thought it was the last one was very beneficial. I think it was about a week or two ago, and I was just thinking about how important it is to keep our focus and just to remind you guys, as I am reminding myself, to don't allow outside nouns to affect you. What do I mean by outside nouns? I mean outside nouns. Nouns are, and we know from school in our childhood years, we were taught that a noun is a person, places, or a thing, i.e., and if you're a little old school, they are even saying an idea. So a person, place, or thing is definitely imperative that we don't allow, because most of the things that happen to us can only happen to us based upon the permission that we allow for it to happen to us. So don't allow any nouns, outside nouns, to affect you. Keep your focus. And I just thought I would just kind of drop that nugget to you, because these are things that I'm exercising for even myself. It's amazing how when you mention about nouns, people, places, or things, the places that you go to or the places that you go and meet people at. People are friends. People are family members. People are neighbors. People are co-workers. Hey, Miss Tamika Neely, how are you? McNeely, I should say. I'm sorry. But we have to make sure that we don't allow outside nouns. Here's what I mean. A lot of us, we have been trying to hone in on where we're going. We are being made to either you get it right today or it's just your fault. There's no more blaming for why you can't get things done, why you can't sit down and write a vision down, why you can't, if you don't like something, work on changing it, getting your family together. I mean, whatever it is. And it's a lot of discipline to take it serious. And it's something that somebody cannot give you. You have to take it. You have to say, I'm taking this thing serious. It's just like saying, well, I need to go get a nap. Well, you go and take a nap. You have to create this situation. And so, hey, Brother Chris Anderson. So my point is that I think it's very, very imperative for us to don't allow these situations, because here's the number one thing. It takes a lot of work to tell things no. It takes a lot of work to tell yourself no, because so many things wants to come your way. Because once you get into a place of the word focus, everything wants to attract to something that it is determined. I say it like this. It is very, very attractive for someone to have a made up mind. It's something that you just can't just say, okay, I just thought about this and my mind is made up. No, it takes a lot of factoring into making your mind up and staying there. So that's a discipline within itself. Hey, Miss Connor. And I would say this, that the reason why that I was just rehearsing this, because I remember how far off I have allowed myself, and I'm just talking about me, to allow people, places, and things, whatever that thing is, and even ideas, to affect you. And I even want to elaborate real quick. There are things that affect us, AFFECT, and then if we allow it to get too close, it can infect us. And that's a huge thing, that when something can infect you, that means that it gets so close to you because you've allowed it. You didn't block it off. You didn't take time to shut it off, that it can insert what they are, who they are, and whatever that comes with whatever that thing is, that person, that place, or that thing, or that idea, that it will throw your whole focus off, and you'll find yourself like, how did I get here? How did I get over here? And I was doing well over there. How did I get over here? But how did I get over there? And that's only because something in us, in those moments, we've allowed that part to get in. And you have to work so diligently, because let me tell you, there is a very silent, deadly, adversarial thing that happens. That is definitely against anything that you're about. Number one, when you ask yourself, what is the purpose of me still being alive? when anything could have taken me out. I was teaching this class this week, and I was telling my clients in my therapy group that there were so many different things that was designed by something adversarial that was meant to take you out and rip you from your purpose. And you have to ask yourself, like what? And I started mentioning, I said, think about how many drinks that you've had and something adversarial used by a person, place, or a thing, or an idea that was meant to spike you so you can get sick and can take you completely off earth. Look at how many things that was meant to disturb something because you were focused, you had a made up mind. And it takes a lot to finally get there. And then it takes a lot to not only get there, but to also stay there. It is amazing, ladies and gentlemen, of what it takes to keep your focus. So not everybody has lost focus. A lot of us, we have gotten back on our focus. A lot of us have gotten right back on track. A lot of us have repositioned ourselves. A lot of us have found ourselves recalibrating our focus and what stir us up and keep us excited and keep our momentum. And once you get that, you have to really observe everything around you, those nouns, those persons, those places, those things, and then those ideas. I like what Miles Monroe said years ago. I was watching, hey, Sister Mary Williams. I like what he said. He said, usually if something is trying to distract you, we do have bad distractions, but most of the things that distract you are usually those good ones, those good things. And you have to be really, really clear on the season or the moment that you're in. You have to ask yourself, yeah, so let me start expecting for things to start coming my way when I've made my mind up, and when my focus is strong, and when it is definitely time to, not only it's time to get things done, I'm determined to get it done, and I'm excited about what it means for it to get done. And I'm excited for what it means to get done and how it's just gonna explode. And I get excited because it came to me, whether it was in a dream, an idea, or I had this epiphany. Whatever way it comes, that's the moment that you start putting a discipline in place. You say to yourself, well, these are the things that I know about me. I know that I might be easily distracted. Hey, Sister King, beautiful. Hey, Sister Nicole. I know how it feels for me to get so excited that I really, really want to tell somebody, because it took a lot to get here. And those are the moments that you have to really calm yourself back down and go, okay, I know these things about myself. If I am a person that get easily distracted, I got to work real hard so I won't get distracted. If I am a person that those good things that can take me off, okay, let me put it on the calendar to see if it fits my priority list. That's a whole nother subject, you guys. Let me make sure that I put myself so much on a calendar and on a schedule that I won't fall out of that schedule, because life is still happening all around me. There's still negativity all around me, but then I'm in a positive pursuit. Not only that, when I think about the different things that was probably spoken over my life, or the different things that I learned about myself that I get excited about. Now, notice everything I'm saying, you guys, is about you. It's about you. We're not talking about them and those and they, those other things, the outside things that I'm talking about. What I am saying to you guys are, which is I'm also repeating to myself, and I'm talking from a place because I know how it feels. I know how it feels. And then I know, because I've lived it, to allow other outside things that don't even match where you're going, that can probably understand, but it doesn't match. And that's the difference. It doesn't match. They don't understand, and they may not get it. And this is what we have to make sure we do while we still focusing, while we keeping our focus. We don't get offended. And that's another thing. We don't get offended by them not understanding, because here's the reality is that the reality is, you guys, we don't get offended. We take offense. Offenses are all around us, all day, every day. Racism, prejudices are all around us every day. But do we allow it to affect us? You don't have to, because your maturity is like, oh, I already know that that's ignorance. I already know that they don't understand. And I appreciate what's going on. But do I go ahead and get offended? So remind yourself that when you go through stuff, while you're in a place of focus, when you are in a place of pursuit, when you are like, okay, I told myself that within these 30 days, I'm going to get this weight off. So this is what I'm going to do for me. Nobody's going to give it to you. Everybody is not going to be encouraging. You cannot expect for people to have fun in those moments. This is why you can't allow it. You don't allow it to get nowhere in your space. So when people say, well, I'm so offended by that and I got offended. No, you took offense. This means offenses are all around us every day. People are rolling their eyes every day. People are saying negative things every day. When you go into the store, everybody's not nice to you. People are not happy. People are not welcoming. They're not inviting. So guess what? We don't allow these things to affect us. We don't allow these things to infect us, get so close it gets into our blood. Now it messes up our whole demeanor. Our whole countenance is just turned off. Don't allow the outside nouns, person, places, or things or ideas to affect you. Keep your focus. It's something that you have to say, oh, I'm keeping this. It took too long. It took a long time. It took because you have to go take it. So remember, when offenses all around you doesn't agree or get upset because you don't make time for them or make time for those places, those invites, be okay with that. That lets you know that what you're doing is worth something. Your value is going to raise up even more. Now that's what you call a net worth. And usually the net is after the wholesale. The net is after the gross. The gross, the massive amount of worth that's happening with you, it's being taxed. And you could tax people on whatever that they wanted to pay for to have your time. So this is why you say, I got to tell myself, I'm not going to allow any outside nouns, person, I'm going to say it again, I have to get off here, person, places, or things to affect me. Hey, Brother David Sims. Hey, Auntie Ann, I'm not going to affect any of these things. I'm not going to allow any of these things. I'm sorry. I'm not going to allow, because things usually happen to us based upon the permission that we give to it. We have to agree, yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and take the invitation. I'll go over there, I can go meet you for just a few minutes. And you'll say to yourself, no, I told myself, come on. And this is when we had to say, no, I'm not going to beat up myself no more. I've had many years of all the beat ups. I put the boxing gloves back on and I've beaten myself up, and I'm not going to beat myself up no more. That's a painful beat up with your internal self. So you have to tell yourself, and give yourself a name, whatever your name that you have, or your nickname, or whatever that inner name that you have. I say, come on, Tez, come on, focus. Because most of the things that distract us from the focus is usually those nice, shiny things. It's usually when we do this, and we have to go, And I can understand why most horses or the thoroughbreds are really focused, and they can run these races because they're very, very trained to stay focused. But they had to have somebody who can hold them accountable to put these blinders on them. Horses don't just take their their legs or their cuffs or whatever they call it to grab something to get their lens together. Usually, God looks at a made up mind, and he'll have somebody say, hey, keep your focus or keep it going. So this is something that you've reached, you've graduated, you've promoted, because the old you would have lost track and fell off. Hey, Brother Marvin Davis, my guy. You would have lost focus and fell off. And then you would feel sorry for yourself and say, well, man, 2020, it's really, really everybody else's year. It's not mine. That is not true. If you're able to wake up every day and have some strength left in your body, it is definitely your time to make it happen and cut the excuses out. So for the last time, don't allow any outside nouns, person, place, or things or idea to affect you, because it will. It is meant, because the effects don't have a personality. The personality is that it's only supposed to affect you. It could be a good effect or bad effect, but you have to determine which effect are you going to allow it for it to bring to you. All right. Please share this to anybody else. Let them know they listen. I heard on today, I got to make sure that I keep my focus. You have to keep it. So do whatever it takes. If you have to put alarm times on your phone and be like, okay, I gave myself 2 or 3 hours to read, and I'm going to do a lot of reading here because I got to stay sharp on where I'm going. And then right here, I'm going to go to the car wash. I told myself, so we have enough time in a day. And when you have a lot of time management, you realize, oh my God, there is no reason to be bored, because boredom, and I'll leave you with this, keep in mind, when people say that they're bored, boredom is either the lack the lack thereof or the lack of substance. You either missing something, so you're lacking something. You need entertainment to keep you entertained, or you are definitely lacking something. You lacking substance. You have nothing going on. So boredom kicks in, and then that opens up a room for you to start wandering off, and then there is no focus. You totally are out there. You are open. You are prone to be the prey for somebody to take advantage of you, to count you as somebody who don't have anything going on. So they would just say, hey, well, hey, and then they would say some offensive things that you would take offense to it, and would go, they would say stuff like, well, you ain't have anything going on no way, or you ain't doing nothing no way. You might as well come over here. And you have to be like, oh, wow, that's offensive. But no, it's a truth. If you've allowed them to know what your schedule is, to know what you can do, what you can't do. This is why it's good to block a lot of things. This is your time to not allow the person, the places, the things, or the ideas to get in your way. You have things to do, places to go, new friends to meet, new ideas to embrace. There's a lot of amazing things that's happening day by day, in spite of all the distractions. The epidemic, pandemic, all the COVID, all these other things, those things is no different than all the other pestilence, all the other catastrophes and disasters and all the other things that has been going on all around us. But when you are a person that has a made up mind, it can overcome all of those things while you're also praying, while you're also serving, while you also are protecting your focus. Keep your focus, you guys. That's the word for today. Don't allow. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Hi, Sister Brenda. Hey, my sister Natasha. Sister Sylvia, I'm telling you, do not allow, because when you are shining and you are on your way, you start attracting fleas, flies, and bees. Okay? Everybody want to know what you own, and you can't even tell them, hey, what's going on with you? You're not even allowed to even give people your agenda. You can't. You have to say, everything's going well, and leave it at that. It doesn't matter how excited you are about what's going on. It doesn't matter how much you want to tell them. But even if you want to tell them, say, hey, I got some great things going on. I can't get into it right now because it's going to throw my focus off, because I can't allow any of these things going on. And you can't excuse people. That's the last thing. Don't excuse or make certain exceptions for certain people. Don't make certain exceptions for certain people. Well, I could tell you because you're my girl. But see, that might take you 10 minutes off your time. You need to get something together on your business plan. And you're like, oh, and you can't even get mad at outside people. You find yourself getting mad at yourself for giving your time away. I've been guilty of everything that I'm telling you guys. And this is why I was sitting there like, before I get my day going, let me remind myself of the word that my mother always tell me. She said, every time I used to look for her to be so excited for the things that I finally was able to accomplish and get over myself. You know what the word was? Stay focused, boy. Oh my God. And I'm looking for her to say, hey, Victoria, I'm looking for her to say, yeah, son, you finally did it. Her thing is, I already said you was going to do it. It took you a long time to catch up to what I was saying. Now that you're there, stay focused, stay there. And what I'm telling you guys, keep your focus. I don't care how small you think it is, but just know that every decision, it connects to somebody else. And if you don't get on it, you're being selfish. You're being selfish because you're taking something that somebody else has been waiting to get an answer that will come out of you, and you're right in their pipeline to meet them. But if you're so stuck on all this other little stuff, you will never have that one little answer or that one confirmation that somebody goes, if I could just get one other person to let me know if this is going good or get their opinion on this, I'll be good. But if you're distracted by all these outside nouns, you have really been an effect on them. You have been an effect, and you have not been effective with them, which is more timely, but you've been more of an effect with this, something that has been a disturbance or something that's been added on or a plus. So I got to go, you guys. I didn't want to be long, but I just want to give you a Thursday thought. Please share with other people. Let it bless them. And we never know where they are. Let them know that, hey, whatever you're doing, keep your focus. Keep it. It takes a lot to stay focused and be straight on like this. I'm on a video right now, and I want to look to the left where the sun is, but I should already know if the sun is on my face. You guys the same way. When you're driving, the reason why they keep telling us don't text, because you're going to lose your focus. Everybody's mind cannot be multitasking all of the time with a 100% focus and effectiveness on everything. All right. I love you guys. Take charge. Have a great, great weekend. And whatever you do, don't let anybody take your focus from you. You can also, there's books that I have. If you do not have it, please invest. It's definitely a good personal investment. Speechless Conversations. If you like life lessons in poetry form, it is amazing. If you like inspirational quotes and different things that you like to, hey, remind yourself on, quotes on napkins, that's on my website, www.drcortezdsims.com. That's on there. It's on Amazon.com. Look me up, find me up. And then, oh my God, qualified but not preferred, a cost for being yourself. It's a cost to be yourself. Everything I'm talking about right now has a lot to do with keeping yourself in a rich place. It's a cost to be with you. You're not cheap. You're not cheap. It's a cost to be with you. It's a cost to be yourself. It's easy to be a replica of everybody else. Follow how your parents did it. Follow how your ex-boyfriend did it and all these other people. But you're following other people who don't even know who they are. And they never have spent this type of time that you have to spend time to get yourself in a calibrated place and be collective together. And then you can give somebody your undivided attention. You will be an effective listener that's very attentive versus just somebody that's hearing a whole bunch of noise and they don't know what they're talking about. I love you guys. You are welcome. I'm just telling you what I repeat to myself, that I'm applying to myself, because it's a painful place to come out of position and to lose focus and to let outside people affect you. I've lived it. I've paid for it. And you don't know what comes with those generational things that's in their bloodline and their friends and their family. And you'll find yourself being like, how did I get out of state? How did I get in a different state of mind? How do I get into a place that doesn't even welcome me? And that's because you have came out of sync. All right. Love you all. Take care.